Hi guys, I think it's time for a first full garden tour, and we are at the end of May, and the weather is nice. It's still not that hot, but there's lots going on, as you can see in the back. I'm working on all the beds. Many they're already planted. I still have few things to plant, and I'm just gonna go around. And I'm not gonna do anything specific. It's just gonna be like a full garden tour, and then I'm gonna make later on smaller videos about, like I'm doing for the melons. I'm gonna do for the tomatoes, for the fruit bushes, the berries, and so on. So we're gonna start at the entrance here. Um, we have fruit bushes on the two sides, uh, gooseberries, currants. I also have some alpine strawberries that are doing quite nice. You can see there's flowers going on. If it goes on focus, I don't know, it's not focusing much. I have also some small little strawberries. Not good with the focus here, guys. And I have this year I'm gonna put to go up this trellis a clematis, it's a Nelly Moser, and on the other side I have a, I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce it right, is a Schisandra chinensis, 5-flavor berry, and maybe I'm gonna put something, like a runner beans or something going up the post. We'll see. That one I still have to decide. Along this side is gonna be flowers. Some they already self-seeded from last year that I let them go to seeds and are growing up. I might leave few of them, add others, and the bean tepi is gonna be again a bean tepi. It's going to be just one variety of beans this year, and on the edges, around the edges, I planted some wildflower. We'll see what it comes up. Working alongside here, we got some artichokes in the ground. I got 3 here, 2 around the corner. I got the grape vines that are looking beautifully. You can see here all the buds swelling up. Let's see if it's getting out. And the actually big grapevine is doing fantastic because last year I think it survived up to this side, this length, but this year you can see I think the highest bud that I see is right here. That is, I would say, like 7 feet, and maybe I'll say maybe it's gonna keep going. But anyway, it's looking good. Along this side, I still have like last year the fruit bushes. I added some Roman chamomile as a ground cover, and on the other side, I have more fruit bushes that are actually flowering, and there's already bees all over them. Let me see. You see? No, today it doesn't want to focus. I don't know what's going on. Closer. No, nothing. Anyway, there's these are haskaps, and on this side here we have um, black currant. That's what it is. Let's see if it's gonna work like this. No, why it doesn't want to focus? I don't know. Anyway, so we got those berry bushes there. Then for the beds, this one where last year I had like melons growing both vertically and on the ground, I put tomatoes. Now I'm gonna show you. Uh, I would have liked to wait to put the tomato in ground because of the nighttime temperatures, but as you can see them, they are a bit stressed. Um, I think there might be some deficiency going on also, and I didn't want to start to give them sprays. You can see here the yellowing of the leaves. It's probably magnesium. Oh, there you go. You almost got on focus. Uh, But so that's why I decided here. This is another good example of deficiency. You see the browning. Let me see now. There you go. Got it. The browning in between the leaf veins, right there, and even here. Let me see if I can give you this example. Focus. There you go. So this could be like a deficiency because they were in their small pots for a long time inside the tunnel, so temperature was high, so they wanted to grow, but the soil inside the little pots was like what it was. So I decided to take a chance, put them in ground. I gave them a liquid organic fertilizer, and they should be fine. The new growth is nice and green, so I'm sure they're gonna be fine. But it was about time to get them in ground. On that bed, I still have to decide. I think I'm gonna put cucumbers, maybe a couple of extra tomatoes that I have left. Right here we got strawberries. This is a hyssop, and down there I already planted carrots. Now this one is my new gourd tunnel. If you remember last year, it was on this side, and it was half the length and half the height. So now this year is going to be 4 times the size. I have all the gourds ready to go in, but I'm waiting for the weather. Beside it, I put 2 lines of potatoes. They're already in ground. Soon I'm going to start to heal them. And in this remaining, I would say 4x4, I'm going to put corn on both sides. So the idea is that there's going to be these 2 nice green cubes of corn growing up, and the tunnel in between with all the gourds growing up. In my head, it's going to look nice. Then we'll see how it will develop. This is a bed. You can see the lines that I planted of mixed greens. I got mizuna, I have purslane, what else? Radicchio, Silene inflata. This is another greens that you can use like in risotto or eggs. It's a whole bunch of different greens, mustard, sorrel, all of them. And on this side, I got some celery. This is some radicchio that was left over from last year. And so I decided to just let it do its things. It's a nice plant. And on this side, I still have to plant. It's going to be kind of a winter garden, so some turnips, parsnips, maybe some rutabaga. We'll see. I still have to decide, and there's still time to plant because this is going to be to harvest like in October and so on. Right under there, I'm going to show you after. There's the brassicas and some alliums. So there's garlic, there's some shallots, leeks, and so on. This bed right here that you can see, there's 2 lines. Let me walk here. You see I put this garden net, 2 of them. So on the left here, there's already growing, there's some peas. Let me show you, they're already poking out of the ground. And then on this side is going to be beans, a different variety from the beans of the tepi. Right there, I think I have the Cherokee Trail of Tears. And here, I think they're called Kanawaki beans. This is my watermelon and melon tunnel. I already showed you in the other video, but looking good. The melons, they look happy. As you see, this year I put leaves all over. I decided to go this way because last year was way too much work to water the whole thing. So this one's gonna help the soil to stay moist. I might have some more slugs, but when I brought it in, it was full of spiders. Spiders is gonna help because they are predators. So, but I'm taking the chance. We'll see how it works. inside the tunnel, the wind also should, like the tunnel should keep the leaves inside. Maybe this one outside, they're gonna be blown over a bit more. But no matter what, it helps a lot already with the soil, because as soon as there's sun, you know, the soil starts to dry up, and this one's gonna have to keep the moisture. This is the tunnel with the peppers and eggplants. Let me show you. They're looking nice and happy. If you see, this is probably scorching from actually a few days that I left the tunnel on too long, and it got very hot, and some water drip on the leaves, and then it burns them. But on this first portion here, they're mostly peppers. Actually, they're all peppers. On the end down there, it's the eggplants. Then what else? I have there on those two bins, two like how you call them, grow bags. I have Jerusalem artichokes that I don't want it to spread around the garden, so I'm gonna keep them inside those grow bags. Another bed right here of strawberries, and another tunnel of melons that they are smaller. You can see, well, this one is not looking too good, but it's alive. And down there, let me see if I can show you there. Right there, there's one doing good. It's a watermelon. I got a few seedlings along that side, still that have to go in ground. And these one are my gourds, zucchini, and cucumbers seedling that probably they're gonna have to stay here another week, even if they're already big and they should go in ground, but I can take a chance. The zucchini are gonna come along this way. On the corner here, I'm gonna put some sunflowers. Along the fence here, I'm thinking to plant some pickling cucumbers. Here I got my kiwi that are doing nice. Two of them, as you know, you need female and male plant. And here are some more fruit bushes, lingonberry and the wintergreen. That is actually doing very good, because you can see even the size of the berries. Look at that. It's a, I think I would call it acquired taste. It tastes kind of like a medicine, kind of like a root beer, but I like the bush. I like the look of it. If you saw in the previous video, I ordered another plant that is right there, just to have two, and we'll see how they go. Now I'm gonna go down there, show you what's going on there, and then we have the herb garden, and I'll show you. All right, so here we have our bucket of potatoes. I already healed up a few of them. As you can see, this one is almost ready to be topped and then left alone. There's other coming out down there too. So here I have 10 different varieties of potato. I think I have 2 buckets of 3 variety or 4, and then the rest is just 1 bucket per variety. And here it's all extra things that I have. I have some asparagus left over from when I planted. I'm keeping them here, and if I'm gonna have a hole on the asparagus bed this fall, I'm gonna plant this one. This is a little peach seedling, and here I have some greens. I got arugula, clearly overseeded, but it's too late now to fix it, but we'll see how it goes. I have some mache and some spinach. And this is going to be, again, it's a mess now because I still didn't touch it, but it's going to be the pumpkin patch. I might bring in some wood chips, some mulch, move things around, or I'm just going to make a few hills and let the pumpkins go around. Now let me show you the herbs. So we're going to start from this area. That is my hot pepper. Like last year was bigger, but this year I added more herbs here. So this is going to be the area for the hot peppers. I have a small area here where I'm going to plant some popcorn. The asparagus bed is producing. We already harvest few. You can see some spears, they're already ready to get picked, but I got maybe 4 or 5, so there's not really much to do with 4 or 5. I had a big harvest yesterday. And along the path here On the left I put some wheat. I never grew wheat, I just wanted to see how it looks for 1 year. It's probably going to be a 1 year thing. And it's red fife wheat. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's I guess it's a Canadian variety of wheat. And then there is a lamb's ears, that's a herb. And then I plant on this side the dill and the various herbs that I'm gonna make a video about them. And they're all looking very nice. These are the perennial. As you can see, they're already coming back. There's a few more that I added. Some I planted the seeds. I was happy today to actually see that the sage is coming back nicely. Let me just show you quickly. Yeah, you can see it's growing very nicely. And then for last, I have the area here that I'm still working, where I have the fruit trees that I took out of the ground, the one in the back, and they are all coming up very nicely. You can see all the new growth. This is the new peach tree. Is it gonna focus? There you go. That is waking up now. All the other, you can see the leaves, they are coming out, so everything's looking good. And here I have still more things that I have to go in ground. I got salads. I have the corn there. That is gonna be still a week before I put them in ground. And then I have some flowers, borage, and what else? Goji berry that I started, but I'm not gonna put them in ground this year. I'm gonna just keep them in bigger pots, and maybe next year I'll find them a spot. And then these are all leftovers that I still have to figure out what to do. So I'm gonna show you one last thing that I have in the, and it's my fig tree right here that I overwinter in the garage. The temperature that went down to -6 Celsius in the garage is unheated, but I didn't lose the crop. This is the first crop, and I got it's loaded with them 20, 30 of these small figs. So now it's just up to me to keep up, don't stress the plant, give them good watering, some fertilizer, and hopefully this year I'm gonna have a nice crop of figs. Here I have 2 seedlings too. But I'm very happy. Is looking really happy with the tree too. And we'll see, just keep watching. I'll show you how it's gonna develop. I almost forgot before letting you go to show you inside this tunnel that is with the brassicas. You can see here I got cabbages. This is Savoy. Down there I have purple cabbages, and then we keep going with broccoli, Romanesco broccoli, collard, kale. I have some kohlrabi, and then at the very end, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see from here, but I have some leeks, some garlic, and some shallots. So even here I put all these leaves to keep some moisture in. I didn't have as many, so it's just a small layer. And this fabric is gonna stay here for the whole season. This one is gonna prevent those cabbage moth from laying eggs and destroying all of my brassica plants. Thanks for watching. I hope you like the tour. Subscribe, like, feel free to share, and just keep following me. I'm gonna make smaller videos now, and then I'm thinking to do like a once a month. I'm gonna do the garden tour like I did today, and show you like to have a general view of what's going on. Thanks again for watching. Take care.